Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a detailed look and review of the Air Jordan 5 Supreme Camo colorway right here. I'll get into a little story on how I ended up picking them up and have a couple other pairs of sneakers out for comparative reasons. And then at the end of the video, there's an on-feet section. I'm still feeling under the weather. I've got this flu thing, man, and it's just been a drag all week. But anyway, let's get into the review. So first things first, how I ended up picking these up. I actually got these from Nike.com. And if you guys were not paying attention, I don't remember what day it was, but they dropped randomly. And it was one of these things. I was at work and I was walking back to my desk and I saw on my phone that there was a tweet from Jordan Brand that was about the Supremes. And I was like, what the heck? So clicked the link and tried to add to cart and was waiting in line. Went back to my desk and tried that same link and then shared it with everybody else as well. And I know some people copped off my link for sure. But I shared it and then I tried on my Internet Explorer and I tried on my Google Chrome browsers at work. And so I was like in line on two at work and then one on my phone. But the phone was the first one that I started on. The craziest thing is on my third browser, which was the Internet Explorer, it came back and said this size is not available, which was the size 9 I chose on it. So I chose size 10 and then added a cart, and that one was the one where like it reset, so it should have been one that wouldn't have been able to cop. And I waited there for a while I was working, and I'm seeing this one on my my phone still wasn't available, and I still didn't cop them yet. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing people checking out, and I was like waiting and waiting. And if you guys followed me on Twitter, you saw that like I was like, man, I'm not gonna get these things. And then all of a sudden I ended up getting them in cart on the third browser. So the one that came back and said, no, it's not in your size, select a different size, I chose a different size, and that one checked out before my phone did and before my Chrome did. So I don't know how Nike does this. It's super random. I thought first in line I would have been able to get them from my phone, but I didn't. And then Elite Kicks actually called me when I was waiting, and I was like, damn it. So because he called and it actually kicked me out of line on my phone, but he was calling me to let me know that he got an extra pair if I needed a size swap. So really crazy, but I ended up getting them from Nike.com from the random drop. Again, really random. Nike didn't drop it like on their link, but Jordan Brand did. Nike Lab didn't, but Jordan Brand did. Anyway, that is kind of the story on how I ended up getting them. Review wise, I mean, the box is multi-branded, as you can see. Has a Supreme logo down here, Supreme across the top. Price point of these were $198, which is $2 cheaper than the Chris Paul, the PEs that are coming out, the 13s or whatever. Materials on here are interesting. They're kind of like a canvas sort of material, I guess, or I don't know what to call it, but it's not obviously leather. And some people were saying that the quality is not very good. I actually don't mind the quality. The material is nice. What I think people were talking about is the craftsmanship, and sometimes some of the people said that the craftsmanship was really off on their pairs, but mine looks pretty good. This is something else I saw some people complaining about. It's like they've never seen an Air Jordan pair of fives before, but the Jumpman, I know that they're off center. That's just the way they go. They're not usually on center, and that's just the way they are. Like I can show you. I have a couple pairs back here. I'm gonna move these things out of the way, but this one and this one I can show you is the same thing. Like it's just the way they go. So for the dudes that were like, no, the quality's horrible, look at this thing, they can't even, that's just yeah, another day in the life of. But I'm gonna move some of these down around here. I had some of the other AJ5s and the non original colorways out for like an Instagram post. You can see it came with a little hang tag, Supreme, with the Jumpman in the middle. And so the other thing is on here, you could see that it has a Supreme branding on the lace lock, and then it has some Supreme branding right here on the tongue, Supreme and Air Jordan. And then on the insole, and actually I ended up getting the hat too, which was pretty dope. I got it from the site. This is the thing that sucks for me though. I'm like, what is this? This is an insole, and I put it on my feet, and I was like, for the on feet section, I was like, man, what the hell? Like this is all like warped and stuff, but there's the Jumpman with Supreme, so kind of double branding, nothing too crazy. It would have been neat if they could have integrated some cool like brand together, but I mean, this is kind of what they did with the Jumpman in between the Supreme thing. So I don't know. I think it looks actually pretty dope, but And then on the bottom, like it would have been cool if they did the same thing down here instead of just putting it down here on the bottom and everywhere else. But it is what it is. Reflective tongue, the silver reflective tongue on here, and then it has a 94 right here on the side. And most of the other Jordans like have actually for this one, you can see it's a reverse 23 for the Tokyos. It's actually a 23 right there, but yeah, so this is one, like the Raging Bull has a 23 on it. So I think 94 is that the year Supreme started, I'm gonna assume. I don't know, that's that. And then you can see the sup right here. It says in the inside here, obviously people know about that from the first images that leaked. All in all, I'm happy I got a pair. It's definitely a pair that I liked. The colorway was dope in my opinion. And the camo one is definitely one that I wanted. I wanted the black pair as well. The white pair was like on the fence on, but really the black pair in this one I wanted. And just to show you, like, I mean, they're not even close to similar or anything like that, but the camo print on the Air Force, or the Air Force One, I'm still under the weather, dudes. The foam posits, and this is like inspired off of a fighter jet, obviously. And you can see like it has like a, I don't know, just, it's like this is the jet and this is like the propeller plane, like whatever, the war, you know, whatever, the fire. It's not the same type of like jet or whatever. Obviously this is like the old school stuff, which is still like though, which is the way that this Air Jordan 5 is themed after anyway. So curious if it's going to see some creasing. I put these on and you can see a little bit of creasing right there. I'm not overly concerned. This is going to crease extra big or extra for myself because they're a little bit too big. So that's just the way it goes. And I'm not going to size swap them. I was thinking about it originally, but the pain in the ass for shipping them and stuff, and I already have them in hand, and I mean I can wear thicker socks and I'll be good. And then for some reason these ones, I don't know why I pulled these out. I just, other than like, I really like these Fear 5s, and it kind of has that same kind of dingy look to it. It's almost like a military tank. And so I was like, yeah, it's kind of like military type as well in a sense. And these are the Fear 5s. Obviously there's no military inspiration to them as far as I know, but materials also are a little bit different on these two. I really like the kind of waxed leather on those ones. And then the other ones that I have out are the Supreme Dunks. And the only reason why I have these out is because this is the only other pair of Supremes that I have in my collection to date. And this is like one of my most expensive pairs that I paid for because I had to pay in the resale market on these. I didn't have a chance at these ones when they dropped, and it was, I think I paid $430 for these ones, and at that time it was the most expensive pair. I think since then not the Paranormans, I wish I had those, the Box Troll Roshis are probably the most expensive ones to date that I've paid for a single pair, which is like I think maybe it was $450 or something like that for those ones. But that's pretty much it. I'll put the on-foot section of the Supreme Jordans right now. So what do you guys think about the Supreme Jordans? All hype or not? I know it was a hyped up sneaker release. I was happy to get a pair. I thought it looked pretty clever. And I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Supreme only because the price point's just crazy. But I do like their kind of simple, plain products, like the Jordan collaboration with the hoodie and the tee and the hat. I really like the hat and the other things. But I mean, the price points are too crazy. I'm not paying resale for any of that stuff. I lucked out on the hat and then the camo shoes, and that was good enough for me. But I like the boutique stuff. Back in the day, we didn't really have visibility to the internet the way we do now, and so like Undefeated was really kind of cool. I went to the Supreme store when I went to New York City, like in my younger years and stuff, and I remember going to the store and seeing it in person. I thought it was really cool. But that to me, like, it was just as cool to see the Supreme store as it was, or as it would be to see the Undefeated store, or like any other like kind of boutiques around the globe. I think it's just one of those things that are kind of fun. So it's neat to see some collaborations between the big box brands and then the small boutiques, such as like Supreme. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, and check back. I have some videos that I post pretty much every day. So thanks for watching. Peace, guys.